Do you mind us still seeing you as Spock?
No, I expect it'll go on for as long as I live. It's
don't
all right.
resent
It's
it?
okay. It's okay. I've gone through some good and bad times with it, you know, but I've made peace with it. It's I haven't wanted it for work ever since Spock came into my life, so I'm okay about it.
Yeah. But sometimes actors say, "Oh, I'm tied to this," you know. People, but of course, it's not true in your case, is it? People see.
No, I've had a lot of other kinds of work, and I've had the opportunity to start a directing career as a result of it. So I feel very comfortable with it.
Yeah.
And I'm still playing Spock. We just made Star Trek V just before I left the States.
Not
3
another
years
one.
ago. Yeah, another one.
How far do you think old Spock affected your personality?
I think a lot. In terms of functioning logically, thinking logically, I think a lot. I think that I was much more emotionally directed rather than logically directed before I started playing the character. As a matter of fact, Spock, when I first started playing him, was a much more emotional character than he is now. The film we just saw, I look at that and I think that's such ancient history and a different character entirely.
And it's in black and white.
Yeah. Yeah, and the character's acting up all over the place and yelling and being very emotional. I feel like I'm playing Mutiny on the Bounty or something. Hoist the mizzenmast, Captain, down there, the ship.
10 years before
Warp
the mast.
speed, right.
Ye lovers. And all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great fun to do, of course. But did it, as far as your emotions went, you still lost control of them. You weren't like Spock as far as that went.
Personally, you mean?
Yeah.
Only on Sunday.
So Larry Hagman doesn't speak on Sunday.
Is that true?
Yeah. Yeah. Would that we could get him to do it for the entire week, but there you are. Now, you called your autobiography, though, I Am Not Spock,
Yeah.
which would lead one to believe that you were trying to get away from it.
It was a mistake. It was a mistake. Around the early 70s, I guess it was, I wrote this book, an autobiography, and during the course of writing it, I had an experience in an airport in San Francisco. A lady recognized me, and she had with her a 5 or 6 year old child, and she trotted him over in front of me, and she said, "Johnny, look who's here. This is the person you love. You watch him every week." And Johnny looked at me, and I'm standing there looking much like this, you know, and he's staring at me. And there was no recognition. She said, "You know who that is. That's your favorite person on television." He's looking at me, and there's no response. She said, "That's Mr. Spock." And he wouldn't buy it. You know, he just wasn't going to have it. Because I had the glasses, and the hair was wrong, and I didn't have the right clothes on, and what would Spock be doing in San Francisco airport?
And the ears.
And the ears were wrong, yeah.
Not that much wrong, though. You have got quite far.
You get the point. So she was right and she was wrong. What she was saying to him was, this is the actor who plays Mr. Spock. She was jumping in the language. She'd made that leap, but he couldn't make that leap, and he couldn't make the connection. So I wrote about this incident as a way of describing the difference in character identity, the reality between who I am and who this character is that I play, and so forth. And when it came time to title the book, we thought we'd like to have Spock's name in the title so people would know that it was about me and Star Trek and Spock and so forth. And I didn't think Spock and I was very exciting, or my friend Spock was very exciting. So I said to the publisher, why don't we use the title of that chapter, I Am Not Spock, as the title of the book? And he said, well, books with negative titles don't sell very well. So I'm very fast on my feet. I said, what about Gone with the Wind? All right, if that's what you want, that's what we'll do. So we titled it I Am Not Spock. A lot of people read the title, didn't read the book, and assumed that what I was doing was rejecting the Spock character, which wasn't the case.
Yeah. Now, Star Trek 3 and 4 were tremendous blockbusters. Better than 1 and 2, do you think? Do you remember when it came on
Star
first?
Trek 1 did extremely well.
It did, yeah.
Star Trek 2 fell off somewhat. And with Star Trek 3 and 4, we started climbing back up again. I think Star Trek 4 has done best of all of them.
Did you make it a condition that you wouldn't do 3 and 4 unless you were allowed to direct?
No, not really. Not really. I wasn't that crass about it. You know, a little bit more gentle than that.
You got your agent to say it.
No. I had some very interesting conversations with the people at Paramount, and what I said to them was, you have two problems. You need somebody to play Spock, and you need somebody to direct the picture, and I can solve both your problems. And that's the way it worked out. It was okay.
Yeah, that's very shrewdly put. You don't get one without the other. Now, it can't be easy to direct yourself, though. We've asked other people. It must be virtually impossible.
No, it's hard. It's easier when you've been playing the character for many years, and you know who this character is. But it's physically very hard. The Spock makeup takes 2 hours every morning. So if I had to be to work at 7 o'clock as the director of the picture, I'd have to report to work at 5 o'clock to start getting the makeup on. Get out of the makeup chair at 7 and become a director. It's a long day.
Tell me why 3 and 4 do you think, from your point of view anyway at least, but apart from directing them, why you thought they were more successful?
I think when the first Star Trek movie was made, whenever it was, 1979, 1980, there was a sense that we could not have fun. You had to be, it was the first time we were making Star Trek in something like 11 years, and the sense was Stanley Kubrick made a very important film called 2001. If you want to be important, you got to be serious and do it very ponderously, which we did. And it wasn't a heck of a lot of fun. We began to have fun again with Star Trek II, more with 3, and still more with 4.